All right, let's get started. First of all, welcome to Webinar Wednesday. We've done about 30 of these this year in 2017. If this is your first one, I'm Jason there in the top left. Patrick is not joining us in this webinar, but I wanted to give a special shout out and thank you to Patrick. He's been with us for the majority of the Webinar Wednesdays this year and has been a tremendous value and super informative with the different types of information and strategy he provides. So I wanted to thank Patrick for joining us in all the webinars this 2017, and we look forward to continuing them in 2018. We also have Gabe in the webinar with us. Gabe is great at answering your questions when you chat them in, keeping us on point with the webinar in the background as the webinar presentation is going on. So Gabe, thank you for all that you do with the webinars as well.
It's a pleasure, Jay, and happy to be here, everybody.
All right. And I always like to recommend, if you haven't joined yet, you can join our LinkedIn Marketing Strategy Network. If we don't get to your questions in this webinar, or you have questions after the webinar related to any marketing or strategies for your Brilliant Directories website, it's a great place to start a discussion and a chat there. And I do my best to respond to them, as well as other BD team members. And more importantly, there's fellow directory owners there, so you guys can collaborate together and share ideas as well. So it's a great place to keep the family and the community together in between Webinar Wednesday sessions. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn. It's free to join. Just make sure that you're logged into your LinkedIn account. And I always like to share the goals of the Webinar Wednesdays. We really created them to try to provide some extra support, whether you've been with us for a while or you're just starting your new website. It's a forum where you can ask questions about your Brilliant Directories website, and pretty much anything is fair game. It could be about SEO, basic setup, more complicated things around coding your site, publishing content, if you're wondering how things work. So all questions are fair game. If we're not able to answer your question, we'll do our best to maybe provide you with a resource or point you in the right direction so you can find an answer to your question. And not only that, we've actually learned a lot from you guys joining in the Webinar Wednesdays. So it's a two-way street. You guys have provided us with many feature suggestions, which we've implemented. You've helped find maybe some issues with the software that we've been able to resolve. So it's a great way for the community to come together and make the software the best that it can be, as well as help you guys with your individual website projects. So it's always my favorite time of the week when we can have Webinar Wednesday, and it's always great to be with you guys. And as this is the last webinar of 2017, it's always a little bittersweet. But from the entire Brilliant Directories family, we wanted to thank you for joining us in the webinars, launching your project using Brilliant Directories. You know, we really do value trying to help as much as we can and trying to be as transparent as possible and hoping to see you guys succeed with your individual or multiple website projects. So the entire team wants to say thank you. We love interacting with you guys, whether it's through phone calls, email support tickets, or through any one of our community forums out there. And we look forward again to continuing that throughout 2018 and beyond. All right, and based on the new format that we started just a few weeks ago, we're going to dive right into the tip of the week. And Gabe and I were chatting about what topic we should discuss. And we've had a lot of inquiries about search engine optimization and how to optimize your website for Google. Most of you have established websites out there, but we put together a short list of 5 strategies just to make sure that you have the essential things covered on your website to make sure that it can rank the best that it can rank in Google, as well as Bing. Bing is another search engine. They probably have about 10% of the desktop market because it usually auto installs itself on people's computers. So while Google is the main one to worry about and keep in mind, Bing should also have some, should have some interest to you as to how your website ranks in there. So some of you may have already completed these things, and maybe later in the webinar we could look at your site and look at some other elements of your search engine optimization. But for those of you that might have a new website, these things are truly essential, and you should do them right away. And we'll take a look at some examples in just a minute. So for those of you who are still setting up your website, you want to make sure you connect your live domain name, and we'll explain why in just a moment. For everyone, you want to make sure you insert keywords on your homepage and throughout your website. And it's really easy with Brilliant Directories to do that and achieve that. I've seen a lot of people in previous webinars, and they're not using any of their keywords on their homepage. And that's going to make it very hard for Google to rank your site for the keywords you want to show up for. The next two are kind of similar, but they're different. Submitting your website URL to Google and Bing, as well as generating a sitemap, which I'll show you how to do in a moment, and submitting that to Google and Bing as well. Those two help Google and Bing discover your site more rapidly, especially your internal pages, which might take longer for Google and Bing to find. And the last one is something we've covered many times in different ways and formats and multiple webinars, is adding members and keyword-friendly content yourself, rather than setting up the basics of your website and hoping your members add all the content. So we'll cover that as well. So why is it important to connect your domain name as quickly as possible, even if your site isn't perfect or ready to set up? One is it establishes your domain name with Google. There is something, you guys can Google it. It's called the Google Sandbox. And what that is Google will take up to 6 months sometimes to start showing your website in search results, or giving it the real value it deserves. Because the domain is new and fresh, Google doesn't trust it immediately. So Google is going to take its time before they start sending traffic to your site. It's almost like a testing period, a trial period, a probation period. So the sooner you can connect your domain name, even if your site isn't ready for the world, give yourself a head start and get it established with Google quicker, because it's going to be 3 to 6 months before you start even seeing your site in Google. So that jump starts the seeding process. And that's going to help you rank faster. And when you can rank faster in the search results and have pages that are found and indexed in Google, that's going to help attract visitors to your site a lot quicker. And the sooner you can start attracting visitors to your site, the sooner you can start collecting email addresses, whether that's members that are signing up to your site, website visitors that are registering as general users, or people signing up to your newsletter. What really brings value to your brand or company are how many users you have in your database. So the sooner you can start collecting email addresses, the faster you're going to start adding value to your company and organization. And if you haven't yet connected your domain name with Brilliant Directories, you can log into your admin panel, and it's under settings, and you can connect your domain under the domain manager. If you're not familiar with how to do this, there is a video here. There are some instructions here with links, and you can always email support@brilliantdirectories.com if you need help connecting your domain name. So we're here to help you with that. The next thing that's important, which I oftentimes see overlooked, is inserting keywords around your website. And if your website is just starting out, at least make sure your homepage has important keywords on it that you want to be found for. And I'll show you a few key areas where you want to make sure you have keywords. The benefits are probably self-explanatory. It helps define the focus of your website. It informs visitors when they come to your website what your website purpose is. It also helps Google know what keywords you want to start ranking for, and therefore it helps you start ranking for the keywords you want to show up for. So it's all, a nice ecosystem you're setting up for yourself on your website. So there's a few key areas you want to add your keywords, and we'll use Holistic Health Finder as an example. The first place is in the general settings of your admin panel. You'll notice two input fields right under the website name and website phone number is the industry name and the profession name. This may or may not be easy to identify for some industries or some types of websites, but try to do the best that you can. So this is a website to find holistic health information and natural health practitioners or professionals who can heal you naturally without, Western medicine. So the industry name is holistic health. And the profession name, the people you're going to search for, or the type of members you're going to find, or the type of companies that are going to be found, are holistic practitioners. And you just need to use the singular version here. And let's go to the website and let's see what we see here. The first is, if you look at the top here, it says Holistic Practitioner Directory. Where it's getting this from, holistic practitioner, is the keyword here, profession name, holistic practitioner. So if this was like lawyers, immigration attorneys, or immigration lawyer, it would use immigration lawyer directory. And then there's other areas where you can change the word directory. You could say find immigration lawyers. You can get a little bit deeper. But these are the first things that you want to do. The second would be in the design settings. And you'll notice most websites have a nice big title up top. It's to help educate the visitor as to the purpose of the website. The problem that I've seen is people don't include their keywords here. They might have the title that says use the box below to search. They're not saying to search for what or who. So in this case, we've said holistic health for the mind, body, and soul. That's more of a slogan, but they are including the word holistic and health in the title. Being more direct is helpful. You could say holistic health directory or find holistic health experts. That's very helpful. And they've also modified, this is the H2, and I'll show you where you guys can edit this in the design settings, search for holistic services. So at least they're throwing in the word holistic a couple times here. This could say search for holistic professionals, experts. They've chosen to go with services. Let's go here to the design settings now. That's under settings. Under homepage layout, in this tab, and then there's multiple tabs here. The first one is homepage search settings. If we scroll down just a little bit, there's the main title text and the subtitle text. You could leave these blank. I recommend taking advantage of it as a way to insert keywords on your homepage. So you'll see here it says holistic health for the mind, body, and soul. Search for holistic services. So make sure if you're using this text that it does include the keywords for what you want to be found for. The next place not to be overlooked is also your main menu. Instead of directory, they've said holistic directory. So if you have main menu links, you don't need to do overkill, but maybe a couple of the important links, make sure you have your keyword in there. So instead of something like member directory, I'll use the attorney example, you could say attorney directory as your main menu links. Small things like that do help. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. This is also an area where you could put some keywords. I think we have a good example with the interior design demo. Let me check that out. But this is a great place to put something catchy, but I would recommend putting in some of your keywords in there as well. So I think this is nice what they've added here, but I think they could have elaborated a little bit more by injecting the word holistic or a synonym or something similar to holistic in this key area as well. Let's see if they did it. So this is an interior design demo. Again, not a good example here. It says search to find members. They could say search to find interior designers. So there's other places that you can inject keywords here. If we scroll down a bit more, you can choose things that you want on your homepage, but a few freebies where we've created areas for you to easily add content are these two modules here. This is kind of like a join offer, and this is what your website is about. Some people choose to remove these. It's fine. I like them because you can modify the text however you want. And again, there are two other areas where you can inject SEO-friendly content, keyword-friendly content that you want to be found for. And where you can edit these is also in the homepage layout. I'm going to toggle this closed. So if you go to the homepage layout tab in the design settings, it's this last one here, about website and join offer. So on the left is the left box, and on the right is the right box, is what you're seeing here, the right module here. Why choose holistic services? That's what we're seeing here. Why choose holistic services? It can be short, it could be a little longer, but they're really good areas to inject some SEO-friendly content on your homepage that's going to tell Google what you want to rank for. And lastly, there is a place in the footer which is about your website, and you can edit this in the footer link. So you have some footer text here. I've seen people create some really beautiful footers with lots of links. If you're just starting out, don't worry, you can keep it simple. But this area here, the about, let me show you where you can edit the default text that we provide you with here. This would be under your toolbox, and you want to go to Menu Manager. Go ahead and find the footer menu, and it should actually be in the first tree. So these are the titles: about, website, search, support. Let me go back and show you these links in the footer. So we see about, website, search, and support. And if you toggle this tree open, we'll see there is another. I'm going to pull this open here. So this is using variables. So find the profession, holistic practitioners. So you can change this, and you can put more custom text here. Holistic health directory, find holistic health experts near you. It could also be about finding news and tips and things like that. But this is where you can edit the about text that you're seeing here. And why not go a step further? Instead of just the word about, you can say about the holistic health directory. Let me undo this here. Let's save these changes. About holistic health directory. Okay, and I'll just go ahead and refresh this page. Okay, so now it says about holistic health directory. And imagine if you write 2 or 3 lines with good keyword rich, friendly, and also good fun for the visitor to read also. You don't want to just inject keywords that aren't comprehensible or make sense when the user reads them. So these are some really good areas here to add SEO content to your homepage. They're really easy to access from the Brilliant Directories design settings and admin panel. So you want to make sure that your website and your main menu as well does include a certain number of keywords that you're trying to rank for. All right, went to a little bit of detail there, but it's super important, and I see it overlooked all the time. All right, submit your website to Google and Bing. This literally takes 1 second to do. So it's going to expedite the indexing and seeding time. So if you're a brand new website, you're basically raising your hand and saying, "Hey Google, hey Bing, start indexing my website. Start showing my website in your search results." So it lets them know that you want to be found, and also it's a free service to help rankings. Let me show you how quick it is to submit your site to Google and Bing. So go ahead and copy your URL. We'll continue using Holistic Health Finder as an example. And I'm going to just do a search for Google, submit site to Google. And this could be for a new web page or for your website. right here in the search results, you can just paste your website URL and hit submit. And it says page submitted to Google. So that's just a quick way to submit your homepage and your new domain name to Google to start the indexing process and to get you out of that 3 to 6 month sandbox as quickly as possible. The next one you can do is just Google submit site to Bing, and you probably have to go to a URL for that. And so here we are, submit your site to Bing. I'm just going to copy the URL. That's a very complicated code they just put down there, but let's give it a shot. Submit. Okay, it says your request was successfully submitted. We're done. We've done just a basic submission to Bing and Google. It might take some time for them to start processing all that, but you know that you've done your part to at least get the ball rolling. The next one is a little similar, but a little more comprehensive. This one is generate and submitting a website sitemap to Google. A sitemap is basically information about all the pages available on your website. So we just submitted the home page to Google, but your website might have hundreds of pages, internal pages, that should all rank in Google. Whether it's on page 1 or page 10, you still want to make sure that they're at least listed in the Google and Bing indexes. So the benefit of a sitemap is it shares all your pages with Google and Bing, and because Google sometimes has a hard time finding deep internal pages. So you're pretty much saying, look, this is a map of all my web pages. So all those internal pages that might be hard for Google to discover, those pages will start ranking faster in Google. And also more pages will rank in Google because you're telling Google, hey, I know you've ranked my home page, but I have all these other pages that you can include in different types of search results. So you're going to have more pages that rank in Google. And when you have more pages in Google and they're ranking faster in Google, that's going to lead ultimately more traffic to your website. So you're going to be attracting more visitors. And if you have everything else in place, people will sign up, people will search your site, use your site, use it for its intended purpose as some type of a resource. Most of you should have this, is the add-on. Let me show you that. So Brilliant Directories does have an add-on, which is a sitemap generator. I'll just scroll down here, and I'll show you how you know if you have this on your website or not. So here's the Google sitemap generator. It's like 10 bucks a month. You can go to our add-ons, find the Google sitemap generator. Now, you'll know if you have this on your site if you go under your toolbox. You'll see a sitemap generator link right here. Let me go to the dashboard and show you how you get there. So you can go to your toolbox, and the last link here will say sitemap generator. And there are steps there on how to generate your sitemap and how to submit that sitemap to Google. If that sounds too complicated for you, I did a quick Google search on how to submit sitemap to Google because it's such a standard and common thing. There's so many results and so many videos here. You could just Google how to submit sitemap to Google, how to submit sitemap to Bing, and there's tons of videos there. They should all be up to date and should provide you with step-by-step guides. So if one video seems a little too complicated, just try another video, and they should all be just about 1 minute to 5 minutes long. Yeah, this one's a minute, this is 3 minutes. So it should be a fairly easy thing to do, and also a very essential thing to do. And the last one, which we've covered many times in different webinars as the #1 way to jumpstart your website, especially when people say, I'm a new website, I don't have any members, why are people going to search my site? I'm a new website, I don't have any members, why will anyone join my website? The best thing you can do as a site owner is to take charge and start adding members and content yourself. It's relatively easy. You can add content. You can join as a free member and just start publishing relevant content to your site. We've talked about publishing video libraries, um, simple blog articles or listicles that you can add. We've covered those in previous webinars. I'm actually going to show you guys where you can find a great webinar we did on that in a second. But the benefit of adding the content yourself is, well, it populates your site with web pages. And as we spoke about in the previous slides, more web pages means that more pages will be found in Google, and that will result in more traffic to your website. So more pages for Google to rank, more traffic to your website, and also a site that's not empty is probably more credible than a site that has no information on it. So it adds credibility to new websites just starting out. And yeah, it makes your site an instant resource for the people who are searching for that type of information. Now, we did do a webinar. Let me show you this one. This was one of our premium webinars. If you're a member of the VIP Add-ons Club, you can go to community. We have free workshop videos. And by the way, all the previous webinars are here under free training webinars, all the way from January 18th of this year. You can scroll down and you can watch any one of these. We put some key topics in there to kind of guide you to see what you can, what the webinar was about. There's one from last session that we need to still upload, and then this one will be uploaded shortly after. So we have over 30 free webinars to watch. And for a VIP add-on club member, there are premium workshops, and there is one. Here we go, creating awesome content to boost website traffic. So I would recommend this one on how, and it shows you how you can create awesome content to boost website traffic. So that goes hand in hand with this recommendation, which is adding the content yourself. So you can watch the workshop. I think it's a password protected page. So if you are a VIP add-ons club member and don't know the password, just email support@brilliantdirectories.com and they'll provide you with the password so that you can access this page here. All right, so those are the 5 essential strategies. For any newcomers, that should be super helpful. If you have an established site, I'm sure some of those tips are still helpful for you. So what I'd like to do now is maybe take 2 or 3 examples from you guys if you want to share your website. We can at least review your homepage and identify some ways that we can potentially improve your homepage SEO. So if you can use the raise your hand feature, I'll go ahead and lower everyone's hands first. So now you can raise your hand. We can take a look at your homepage. If you don't have a microphone, you can type in your website. Gabe will let me know what your website is. And we could take a look at a couple live examples here and see how we can apply some of these strategies to your actual website. All right, I see Priya. Priya, it looks like you're unmuted now. Priya, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Is this your first webinar with us?
No, I've actually visited every webinar since June.
Wow, thank you.
And I think first time talking to you though.
Okay, great. Yeah, do you mind if we take a look at your website together?
Not at all. Go ahead, please.
What is the name of your website?
It's desiconnect.com. desi-connect.com.
And how long has your site been online?
I purchased it on the 13th of June and started working on it directly. It took me about 45 days to push it online.
Okay, great. So I see you're using a lot of features here: coupons, events, job listings. Is Desi a location?
No, Desi basically means Indian, from India.
From
India or Pakistan, yeah.
Okay, I just want to do a Google search.
Yeah.
Desi Business. Okay, is this you, Desi Connect?
Yes.
Okay. I was just trying to see what the competition is. You're ranking #1 for Desi Business Directory right now.
Woo! Yes.
Okay. So anyone, there's a lot of factors that go into search engine optimization. One of them is the competitiveness of a keyword. So this is great to see this result that Desi Business Directory you're showing number one. Those are 3 keywords. Let's even shorten it. This might, you're probably not number one for Desi directory. Yeah, it's a little more specific, but you are on the first page here. So probably with a little bit of work, you can get to the top 3 results here. So let's see what the competition is doing. Indian Yellow Pages, Desi Yellow Pages.
Yes, they have been there for a while.
So Ek-Nazar, it looks like they have not even just their home page, they have internal pages that are ranking. Dallas Yellow Pages, and this is another one in Canada. Are you located in Canada?
Yes.
Okay. But here you are, like the numbers. Besides, this is 1 website, 2 websites, 3. So you're the 4th website listed here. I see you have
That's right.
Desi Business Directory in the title here, which is very good. You've customized your homepage. So if we look here, you've customized the title of your page, Desi Business Directory, find Desi businesses. It seems like Yellow Pages is a popular keyword also, like Desi Yellow Pages.
Okay.
We might want to add that
Awesome. Okay.
to your main title here. So let's do that. So how did she do that? You can edit the SEO of any specific page, the title text that Google reads.
Okay.
So you've already done that. I'm going to edit the static page, which is your home page.
Okay.
And I know, let's see here. You have added this. It should be here, but it's not. This would be the main page title. Do you remember where you've changed this?
On the general settings page.
Okay, normally it's done here from the homepage meta title. Let's see. Let's take a look at where you've done this. And also let's take a look at your general settings so everyone can see here. So industry name is Desi Business. That's great. And profession name is Desi Business. That's fine for them to be the same sometimes. Let me check your widgets if you have anything customized here. And you don't. This one is getting me to scratch my head a little bit because let's check one more place. Yeah, the static page. It should be here, the page title, but it's not. So you have a great page title, by the way.
Thank you.
Let's go back here. That's the first time I've seen it where the homepage title here, the Desi Connect : Desi Business Directory, fine. Let's see where this takes us. Also, this can be a little longer as well. Okay, let's check something here. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, this says search the most complete, and this says, yeah, search the most complete. Oh, you know what? It is the correct title. It looks like Google has created their own title, which is something new. Sorry, this is something new sometimes that Google will do, is they, even though you've defined.
Sorry, it's probably because I did some ads on Google.
Right. So sometimes Google might create your own description or title based on the page. Sometimes, not always. Or if you've made a recent change, it hasn't updated yet. So let me just take a little bit of this here. I'm going to do Desi Business Directory. You don't need to put your I think your company name there. Sometimes you can, but you might want to use it for more keyword to make sure the keyword density is not is good. So you're not just overloading too many keywords in there. So we can do just Yellow Pages, and then we could say find Desi businesses. Those would be good there. And then maybe we do free This is the description now.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do free Desi business directory. Then we could do Desi yellow pages. I'm going to save these changes here.
Okay.
And then we'll look at some other parts of your homepage. Like this here, the title here, Find a Desi Business Today. We should put that it's a business directory. This you might want to put here where it says Start Searching Today. Put the Find a Desi Business Today over here, and we can put a better, stronger title as well over here. So
whatever you suggest.
So let's look here first. So here it says Desi Business Directory now. Desi Yellow Pages, find Desi businesses. So we have good variation there, but the focus is the Desi businesses, Desi Yellow Pages, and find Desi businesses.
Yeah.
So if we go to your design settings, and we'll go to the homepage layout, same place I mentioned earlier. And here you have Find a Desi Business Today. I would recommend switching this one and putting it here in the subtext.
Okay.
And then you could say something like to the effect of number one, Desi business directory.
Cool.
You could even do and Desi yellow pages. It's a little overkill, but I think it's still short enough title, and it puts your important keywords in there.
Okay.
Can I save those changes?
Yes, please.
And we can even put search the number one Desi business directory. Okay. Let's see how that fits on the page as well. And then over here was what I mentioned, the search, review, and connect. This is where we can put more keywords as well. So we'll do that for you also. Let's do that now. That's under the homepage divider settings. So this is optional to even have. So search. So we'll do find. Let's just do this Desi business directory. Search to find Desi businesses. And then review Desi companies.
Okay.
I would just say compare Desi businesses you find. A lot of it seems a little repetitive. You can come and modify it a little bit more.
Okay.
And we'll just say contact Desi businesses. Contact, I'll just repeat it, Desi companies you like. So you see I'm using companies and businesses interchangeably here. You can also add links here, but I'll just leave it like this for now.
Okay.
And the last one is, I see you've said about Desi Connect. Desi Connect is a community portal for local Desi small businesses in Canada. So you've done a good job here. Finding local Desi businesses is a breeze. You've done a great job here. Over here, you said, are you a local business? I would say, are you a Desi business? Are you a Desi owned business, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just change this one. You did a great job with that. Are you I'll do Desi with a hyphen owned business. And I'll save these changes. Now, I have just a quick recommendations I've made. I would recommend maybe cutting down some of these main menu links and maybe cutting it down by half, because it's going to be hard to populate all of those. You're going to make a lot of extra work for yourself just starting out. So maybe you want to focus on coupons and events and get rid of everything else. Obviously, the business search you can keep, but maybe cut it down so it makes your job a lot easier.
Yeah.
So let's refresh this. I see you have the SSL security also, which is good. So now Okay, I can get this fitting a little better, the title. I'm going to increase the size, but it's good. It's 2 lines. Let me just see what size it should be. 1 second. I think right around there, 54 is good.
54 is good.
So let me make the size 54. Right now it's 42. Super easy to change the sizes here.
Yeah.
And if we don't get to your site today, it's okay, guys. Just know the strategies that we're implementing here. And it's more about understanding the concept rather than what's exactly going to go where. So let's refresh this now. So right away, the title's a little, stronger. Search the #1 Desi business directory and Desi yellow pages. You can refine that a bit more, but it's letting the visitor know what the website is for. And also the keywords are there as well. Over here it says find a Desi business today, and then you have your search module here. That's fine. And over here, I love the font you chose also. It's a Google font I haven't seen. So now you have keywords here: Desi business directory, review Desi companies, contact Desi businesses. Again, you can refine this further, but you're seeing how we've embedded more keywords here.
Yeah.
And we can scroll down. You've gotten rid of your about section, which is fine. So I think we can leave it there for now. Okay. And again, this is just an example of how to inject more keywords into your homepage. So whether you have a search module or buttons that people click to enter the site, make sure the keywords are there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for sharing your site with us.
Thanks, Jason.
You're very welcome. Okay, great example there. Of course, I recommended that she can refine it a bit more, but the concept is there where taking advantage of embedding your keywords more and more into the site. And as we can see, her site is ranking #1 for Desi business directory, which is fantastic. All right, let's see here.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, Gabe?
We have Lisa Byrne here with epictribe.org.
Okay.
She's been a good partner with us, and we might want to take a look at her site.
All right. Let me see here. Let me find you, Lisa. Lisa, it looks like I've just unmuted your mic there.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. What's your website?
epictribe.org.
All right. Let's take a look at that together.
I'm watching you guys do all this and thinking, God, I got a lot of work to do on this site.
All right, let's check it out together here. All right, so what does the EPIC stand for? Because I see there it's an acronym for something.
Yeah, empowering people, inspiring community.
Fantastic. All right, let's take a look at your homepage. So empowering people, inspiring community. So it's a little bit of an abstract concept in a way. People could be searching for this site with lots of different keywords, I assume. But let's see what you've...
Yeah, we have a magazine, so a lot of our members already are advertisers in our local area, and then we are rolling out publishing opportunities to other areas. So that's how we plan on populating it, but the organic part is really what we should be working on as well.
So your advertisers, you're telling them that they're included in your online directory for advertising with you in the past.
Well, they can be if they choose to.
Great.
I mean, everybody gets a free membership, or there's a couple other options.
That's great. I've seen a few magazines where the reason they've started a directory is to, #1, carry the relationship with their advertisers, so potential revenue in future months or years, and also featuring recommended businesses or professionals to their subscribers for businesses that you guys stand behind. So let's take a look here. So a lot of people might be searching for your magazine by name, right? Epic Tribe. What keywords do you hope people to find you for? If someone doesn't even know that your magazine name is Epic Tribe, what would be a keyword, or what kind of content would someone be searching for if they search
the magazine's actually called Epic, Empowering People, Inspiring Community.
Okay.
So those words, conscious businesses, empowering people, inspiring community, health, sustainability, spirituality.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's take a look at what you did in your general settings here. So industry is conscious living. It's great, super positive. The profession name, so you've put conscious businesses and practitioners directory. And when I'm looking at your...
I just added directory when I saw you guys putting that in there. So it just said conscious businesses and practitioners.
Gotcha. You can remove that because the system does automatically add that. So let me show you where that is.
Okay.
Let me edit your homepage, the static page again. And we'll go back to the sidebar here. So you can see here it's using the variable for profession, which in your case, the variable is profession name is conscious business and practitioner. So I'm going to remove the directory here.
Okay.
And again, you don't need to use the word directory. So this is where it would be a good place if you wanted to change it to resource. I'm going to keep it directory, but this is where you could change it to resource, or you can just hard code your homepage title here. This is the Google title, basically. Conscious Business and Practitioners Directory. It was good before, but this is where you can kind of hard code it. Find, the profession name, and then you have your website name here. I think you already have. There's nothing to save here. Just this one, we got rid of the word directory. So let's look at the other aspects of your homepage. Find conscious businesses, practitioners, products, and services that empower people and inspire a community. I might make a design recommendation here. I think the title is super powerful and really nice. I think if it was centered and 2 lines, it might be easier to digest. The 3 lines with the smaller font is a little cluttered for me. So this is not necessarily an SEO tip, but more of a design tip for a better user experience. Do you mind if I center the text?
No, that's great. Thanks.
Okay. And what that's going to allow us to do is also enlarge the text slightly. So first, let's center it. I'm going to go to the homepage layout. Under the homepage search settings, the homepage alignment, I'm going to do center. And because I think what you have is really powerful and well written. This is the column width. So you'll notice the line breaks here. It breaks right here. 12 is the maximum. That would allow the text to go all the way across the page. So that's what I'm going to do for you here. And I'm going to increase the font size. Let's try 44 and see if that fits nicely on 2 lines. I'll do 48. So this is just more of an aesthetic change. And we'll refresh the page. So I think we should go just a little bit smaller on this font size. How do you feel about being centered just by looking at it like this?
I don't mind the title, but the box, I didn't center it because I didn't want it over top of the Buddha. I thought it took away from that graphic.
Okay. You can always use another type of image. I think even with personally, I think with the Buddha in the background like that, it's still acceptable because it was still covered a little bit even when it was left aligned. But I do think that the centered with the bigger text will be easier for the users. Okay. Let's make the font, and maybe this to be 1 line instead of 2 lines as well. So let's see what.
Yeah, and it said connect with your tribe here, but I put conscious in there when you guys were talking about adding more words. So I don't know if it needs to be there, if it's right above it.
All right, let's see what might work. Let me see what font size this should be here. This is just like a inspection tool that I have. So we'll go 44 here. And connect with your conscious tribe here. So what are people searching here? Angels, art galleries.
I mean, there's pretty much every modality.
Okay.
There's massage, acupuncture, chiropractic, herbalism. And then there's some other like local businesses that also kind of cater to our niche, but they might not be a specific modality.
How about instead of connect with your conscious tribe, search the conscious business directory below.
Okay.
That way you're getting the word conscious business in there. So we'll do search the conscious, and you're getting that business directory below. We'll use the word below. Or another way to do it sometimes is you can do 100% free, then just another option there. People know that it's a free resource for them to search. Just a thought, but I can put below for now. Another way works well on a lot of sites and lets the user know that it's a free resource for them to engage with. So let's save these changes and give that a second to save. I love the color scheme you've created, by the way.
Thank you.
Very earthy. Okay. Let's make the font size a little smaller here. So maybe we just do search the conscious business directory, get rid of the word below.
Yeah.
We've already prompted them to do so, and that'll be font size 26. Okay. So example here, we've put the word conscious business directory in here now, which is good. Epic Tribe events, you've made these links, that's good. Sometimes when a site is about lifestyle, it might be a little harder to inject keywords because there's such a diverse, I can think of so many other words for conscious, like open-minded, even like the holistic health example, there's a lot of different types of synonyms we can use for that.
Yeah, and if I wanted to add more keywords, then that's in the SEO section.
Yeah, you can do that in the homepage divider settings. You might want to add a caption text that explains what people might want, what they might find in the tribe events. So you can put some keywords in there, what they might find in the Epic Tribe videos and what they might find in the Epic Tribe articles. And those are 3 great caption areas where you can add more SEO keyword friendly content. Yeah, and then you have this footer in the footer section as well. You see here it says finding conscious businesses and practitioners. That's because we did it in the general settings. So for most sites, that's automatically going to get filled in. And if you want to further elaborate on this, then go ahead and edit your footer menu. And I'll just show you where to do that. Go to Menu Manager. And just to show you again, go to your footer menu. Open the tree where it says About. And again, here you can change About to, let's do the About the Conscious Business Directory. So we'll do About the Conscious Business Directory, and then you can go ahead and expand this second one here and modify this a bit if you like. Okay. I'll go ahead and save that though, About the Conscious Business Directory. And let's save the changes. Let's refresh the page. And
is it possible to have the box to the left but the title on the top centered, or?
The way that it's programmed is they go hand in hand. So that would be getting more into the code and changing how it works by default. So okay. by the default, it'll center everything left align or right align. Yeah, I think those are just a few changes there. It looks like the keyword we're going towards is the conscious business directory. Right. You might want to interchange business with practitioner in different places so you have some variation. And then I would recommend adding some caption text to accompany these 3 areas here.
Okay, and you talked about the main links. So on the main links, I don't really have that stuff in there. Should those be changed?
You could have one that links to the conscious business directory. So one thing you can do you have a link to the directory here?
I mean, I have a link to the sections of the directory, but not to the actual directory.
I'm going to give you a tip here. So you have events here, right? It would be redundant to write conscious events, conscious videos, conscious articles, and things like that, right? There is a tool here. This is actually pretty good for SEO. Let me go to your main menu. So this is something new if you guys want to take note of this. Obviously, you don't want to just put the keyword everywhere. It just gets super repetitive, and sometimes it doesn't help you that much. So under your offerings, you have events, videos, articles, recipes. Here's a trick. If you click on the edit link here, it's going to expand this. So I'm going to do the events. I'm going to expand this open. And you'll notice meta title text. So what you can do is, let's take conscious business events. Let's put the word conscious business and events here. Now, it's going to show events, but when people hover over it, you see how it says enter main menu text there? Because I'm hovered over that field. So when people hover over the link, the title text will say conscious business events. So let's save the changes as one example. And that does help you with your search engine optimization. So let me refresh the page now. And when we hover over, we'll go to offerings and then events. It says conscious business events. Oops, I lost it there. So I'm going to hold it there. See, now it shows conscious business events.
Right.
So this is another way to add some SEO value to your links. So if it looks kind of crazy to just put your keywords, conscious business events, conscious business videos, as what people actually see, this is a secondary way to get some SEO value with keywords into your website.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thank you for sharing your homepage with us.
Great. I just had one other question too, and I don't know if you'll have time, but I put it in there in case you have time later. Would you possibly show us just a little bit about the recurring events module?
Yeah, if we have time later, raise your hand and we'll call on you after we get through a few more people.
Great. Thank you, Jason.
No problem. Thank you, Lisa. All right, let's take one more homepage example, then we'll get to some of the regular Webinar Wednesday presentation that we do, taking your questions. I see a new name here. All right, let's try Melanie. Melanie, are you there?
They're talking to me.
Hey, Melanie, where are you calling in from?
California.
Okay.
Los Angeles.
Hey, I'm in Los Angeles too.
Oh, hey.
All right, great. Hot weather here and for December.
It is. It's nice though.
It is nice. So do you want to share your website with us? We can take a look at it.
Sure. It's let's see, YouMeMine.com, and then it would be /home because I have a landing page.
Okay, gotcha. Let me close down some windows here. And how long have you been with Brilliant Directories?
About a year.
Okay. Is this your Brilliant Directories site here?
Yes.
Okay, great. I see that you've done some design customizations, a little bit more than the default settings. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
Did you have a developer help you with this, or did you do this on your own?
I've had a developer help me with it, and then also Lewis there, another developer.
Okay, fantastic. I don't want to ruin any of the work he's done since it's a little beyond the design settings. But let's see, connecting parents with egg donors and surrogates. Okay. Search surrogates, search egg donors. And so I see the keywords you're trying to rank for. This is a directory to find egg donors and surrogates to carry babies, correct?
Yes, and then the resource directory in the back is just for businesses that will help parents. So it'll be, you can see your agencies, egg banks. So the surrogates and the egg donors are actually loaded through by agencies for our members.
Okay, I see here it says find resource directory professionals. And what is the underlying industry of these resources?
Maybe fertility experts or.
Yep, that was the answer I was looking for. So instead of, for example, just resources here, it could be fertility resources and experts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I think this is a static web page. It should be easy to edit that word resources. Let me see. Okay, it is a widget that he's rendering. I'm going to tread slowly here. I'll take this. I'm going to search for that custom widgets. Yeah, you have about 73 custom widgets, which is fine if you've worked with someone there. And again, so here is the H1. So here's an important note. So a lot of people say, oh, how much can I edit my Brilliant Directories website? You can really turn this thing upside down. More complicated or more specific or complex requests do require the work of a developer, but you guys do have the access to make those changes. I like to work within the defaults, but you can create something beautiful like this as well. I really love this. So this is the word resources. So let's put fertility, resources, and experts. So like overkill would be fertility resources and fertility experts. Putting the word fertility twice, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but might create a bad user experience. We could put the word find in front there as well, or we could just keep it fertility resources and experts. Let's save those changes. And this looks like it's a pretty important page of your website.
Correct.
So here now it says fertility resources and experts. Let me take a look at your general settings, those industry and the profession. So the industry is good, egg donor and surrogate database. Profession name, maybe we can put the word fertility professional or fertility expert. I think more people would search for a fertility expert than professional in Google. It's shorter, and if I was gonna, in my mind, I would Google fertility expert or doctor, but not everyone is a doctor. I can understand that. So we'll do fertility expert. Is that okay if I put that there? Fertility expert, and we're going to notice something really cool happen. So over here it says find resource directory professionals. That is pulling the word from what you had before, which was resource directory professionals. But we're going to change that to fertility expert, and I'll save the changes. And what's really cool about these two fields, industry and profession, it sprinkles it throughout your website. So you don't want to put multiple keywords there, just the key keywords, the main ones, and then you can do more custom work on the home page. You can drill down on specific pages, but this is a good way to just blanket your site with important keywords. So now we see it says find fertility experts. So you'll have fertility experts sprinkled around your website now wherever it was saying resource directory, which actually had nothing to do with your keyword, the word resource.
Right.
Find fertility experts, and now it makes sense. You can choose your category: attorneys, pharmacies. Great for the user experience. And then the location, you can type in Los Angeles as an example. The next thing you can do is probably the URL. You might want to use the word fertility here as well. I don't want to change it because you might link to this in different places, like in your footer resource directory. So I don't know all the places it is, but you might want to change the link. You can keep the name resource directory, but in the example I showed, let's do this together. Let's put the title tag together. So that would be your main menu. And we'll edit this and we'll do fertility. We'll just do fertility directory. So when people hover over the resource directory, you might even want to change it from resource directory to fertility directory, to be honest, but I will keep it as resource. And then this here, the actual URL, you might want to change to fertility directory or something like find fertility experts. Because again, that's probably what people are searching for, and that's what you want to be found for as your keyword. So if we do a search for fertility expert, top fertility doctors, so there's, it's a thing. Let's look for fertility directory. That might be easier to rank for, fertility directory. You might have less competition because everyone might be trying to advertise themselves as fertility doctors and whatnot.
I think the main thing that people would be looking for would be an egg donor database or surrogacy donor base. I'm sorry, yeah, egg donor database or surrogate donor base or database. Sorry.
So for that one, so
That's
under
the main part.
so under your resources, those are probably two different categories. The egg banks, right?
No, excuse me, they were right off of the main page. So this here would be for parents, but the main page is for parents to search, and it's a complete database of different women who are
Gotcha.
who are
So you did a great job with this page. It says egg donor surrogate profiles.
Okay.
And oh, I see. This is the type is surrogate. This is egg donor. This is surrogate. So you might, instead of profiles, want to use the word database here.
Oh, okay.
Egg donor surrogate database. So that's another place you can kind of add more SEO value. Is the actual URL is put the word database rather than profiles, because that's, like you said, that's probably what people are Googling. And then here, instead of search egg donors, you can say search egg donor database. So now you have the word database in the title here as well as here. This one is the surrogate. This should say surrogate database.
Right. Okay.
So that way you have the word database there. So my recommendations for you, this is a really great directory, is kind of look at your URL structure and make sure you have good keywords in the URL, that because you're creating a lot of custom pages on your site. And then also make sure the titles include some of the important keywords, just like we did with your resource directory. Now it says fertility resources and experts.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Other than that, I think you're on the right track. And if you just do a little more sprinkling of keywords in the titles and the URLs, including this one, resource, I would put fertility resource directory or just fertility directory. That will help you out quite a bit, actually. All right. All right. Well, Melanie, thank you for sharing your site. It looks great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Good example there from Melanie, and more. That was a good example because we gave, instead of just the home page, we went a little more on internal pages and made some suggestions on how to improve the titles of individual pages, and also the URL. You can also put keywords in the URL to make them more relevant, and that will help Google find your site and also rank your site for the keywords that you want to be found for. All right, thanks everyone who shared their site with us. I think that was a good topic for this week. What I'll go ahead and do now is we'll move on to the regular Q&A discussion. We can look at your site for more SEO. If you have questions about anything else about your Brilliant Directories website, we can review that as well. Okay, it looks like we're doing really good on time. We could take a good handful of questions. Arlana, I saw that your hand was raised and your microphone is working now. So Arlana, I'll come back to you now.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Is this your first webinar with us? The name is new to me.
Second one, actually.
Okay. All right, great. Where are you calling in from?
Kelowna, British Columbia.
Okay, thank you. And what's your question for us today?
Well, I have one quick question for sure. Just on there must have been an upgrade or something that happened, and on all of the profile pages it used to say something like click here to connect, and it now says click here to chat, and I think that implies that someone is going to actually chat with them. Okay. And I don't know how to go into the HTML and change that word.
Gotcha. What's your site? That might be one where you can just change from what we call text labels. What's the name of your website?
Holistic Essentials Wellness Directory.
All right.
With a W. Holistic.
Got it. Okay. So let's go to your website and let's go to a members page. And that's the search results. Let's go to Arlana here. And over here it's saying make a connection. Our Lana Tanner is currently available to chat. And we want to change that to, instead of...
Well, I just think chat is not the appropriate, because chat now represents, an actual live chat.
Gotcha. So there's a couple ways to find out where that text is. One of them is, and I'll show you, this is good to know, you can go to your settings, and they're called text labels. I'd say about 80% of the text on the site is controlled by text labels. The rest is dynamic, like the person's name. That wouldn't be controlled in text labels. And then some of it, a small percentage, is in the HTML. You were worried about having to go into the HTML to edit that text. So what you can do is you can search a phrase from this, like available to chat, and type it into the search bar here. And here we can see is currently available to chat. So it's saying your name first and then is available to chat. We can use the word connect. Is it currently available to connect, or wants to hear from you? It could be whatever you want it to be.
I think before the line that I remember was something like is currently taking new clients. I don't know. What do you suggest? It's a holistic business
You can do
directory.
it.
So
Is currently accepting inquiries or messages or customers, clients. Is currently accepting new clients.
Sure.
So we can go ahead and change it here, and I'll save the changes. So the second way you can find out what the text label is, this is a fun way to do it. If you have the admin toolbar, which you get when you click on the visit website link from the admin, it then activates this toolbar. You can actually use the show widgets function, and the show widgets function starts breaking up the page to all the different components where you can edit HTML. But also what it does is you'll notice some yellow bubbles.
Yes.
For some reason, it's not doing this one, which is, what is it? What Murphy's Law, when everything doesn't work out. So all of them are showing except the one that we were supposed to change here. So is currently, this should be in yellow too. It's odd that it's not, but you can see all these other ones are different text labels that you can change. So get directions is a text label that accompanies the Google map here. And if you click on this, it'll take you into the admin. It's opening up the Google Maps too, but it'll take you into the admin, and it'll automatically search for get directions right here, and you can go ahead and change it right there. So it kind of takes you into the admin exactly where you can change that text label. So it kind of saves you a little bit of time if you're doing some quick editing from your home page. But let me hide the show widgets. It's funny that this is the only one that didn't turn yellow for some reason. And maybe it's because it's not a text label for some reason. It should be in the admin. Let's refresh this. It should be saved by now. So that's actually interesting. This should be a text label, but it's not. Let me use the show widgets again. And the widget that this is inside of is the Bootstrap theme. So I am actually going to go look at the code right now to see if this is hard-coded, which it shouldn't be. And if it is, yeah, it looks like you have it customized here, customized widgets. I'm going to go ahead and disable that for now.
Why is it coming up as a claim listing offer? I haven't submitted any of those. I mean, I didn't think I'd put anything in under that yet.
The name of the widget is claim listing. If the membership level is defined as a claim membership level, it does show a message to claim the listing. Like, are you Arlana? Claim this listing to receive referrals and inquiries. When you're not a claim listing, it puts that regular send message, the one that we're seeing now. So it toggles between the claim listing message if it's a claim listing profile.
Okay.
If it's not a claim listing profile, it'll just show that regular message that we're looking at. So I've disabled this now, the one that you had customized. Let's see when it's pulling from our default master widget. If it's going to work. So let me just refresh the cache on your site real quick. It'll just take a second. And if the page refreshes and the master one is correct, oops, let's go back to your profile. Okay, get rid of the show widgets. It's still showing is currently available to chat. So let me do one last thing here. Let me search to see why that
It did
is.
look yellow in the highlight when you scrolled by that, though. In the widget that time.
Did it? Let's see.
I thought so.
Yep, there it is currently accepting new clients. So it's updated. It just took a second. So there's no other work to do. So let's go back here. It just took a second to update. It's currently accepting new clients now. And then it says send
That's
message.
better?
So I can go ahead and delete this one since we don't need your customized widget. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know how that became.
That's okay. People dabble around their sites. It happens. My recommendation is, so you have 6 total customized widgets. If you don't know why they're customized or don't remember, or you might want to disable them first rather than delete them to see if it's affecting anything. And if everything looks the same on your site, then you might want to go ahead and delete it. But sometimes, like the previous sites we saw, they've done customizations. It's essential for them to have those customized widgets. So it just depends how you set up your site. But the good news is we've all learned how text labels work, and we've now changed this to is currently accepting new clients.
That's great.
Okay. I know you had another question. Do you mind if we take some more, if we have time to come back?
You bet. That's great. That's kind of been one of those things that's just been bugging me in the back of my mind from the very beginning. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. It was a great topic to cover. Great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And I also noticed she has the view phone, the click to call feature. So that just revealed the phone number. It's a great add-on, and it also tracks the clicks. So if your members ever want to cancel, we do have the add-on for profile statistics, and that shows them like, hey, Arlana, you've received 500 profile views, 50 people have clicked to see your phone number. People have clicked to your website and your Facebook. So I really like that show phone number feature as well. It's a new one we have. All right, let's take a couple more questions here. Got Martin, our friend Martin there. How you doing? Martin, you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here. While we're on the topic of chat, is there a feature in the future or currently where I can add a chat section to my website in case I want to chat, where I have people on my site?
Gotcha.
I want to allow that feature.
Yeah, that is a great tool. We have it on Brilliant Directories. When no one's there, it says leave a message. We use live chat.
Okay.
They just range in price. I think all you do is you sign up with them. They give you a little piece of code, and generally you'll put it here on your website. I'll show you. You go to your design settings, and in your custom CSS and head. So people are wondering where to put some extra metacode or chat code. You want to put it in the additional head elements here, 99% of the time. One that I used before live chat has some really good enterprise functionality, but if you're looking for something a little more simplified, it even ties into your Gmail so you can chat with people in your Gmail, is Olark. And I think Olark comes in under $15 a month. Let's check out their pricing. Yeah, so you can just go build monthly for $17. There's even some free ones out there. Just search for website chat.
Okay.
And basically the more expensive ones usually have more features. You can also look for reviews and stuff. So here's a 100% free live chat application. Olark is number 2 for live chat. Look at that. So if you want, start with a free one. Why spend the money?
Is there some type of service that allows you to put people on your site too, like some type of contracting where you can have somebody answer in the chat? Is there any type of service that does that too?
So to do that, you probably want to hire a virtual assistant. You can probably go to a website like Fiverr.com. It's basically a website to find people to do just about anything. Patrick had someone who dresses up like Elmo and sing happy birthday to his daughter. And Elmo actually said his daughter's name in the video. So you can find people to do anything. So if you want to look for virtual assistants here, I thought that was really cool. Pat is super creative.
I know another thing on Fiverr too is you can post jobs too, then have people come to you too. So that's another good feature on Fiverr.
Exactly. So you can say like, take control of my website chat. So these are all virtual assistants. You might want to find someone who's in your same time zone because you get people from all around the world. So Fiverr's a great place to look. Also freelancer.com. And you just find someone. It's probably going to be part-time work, or hire 2 people and have it. Just depends how much website traffic you get and at what times people are visiting your site. But yeah, you can hire a virtual assistant, and then you can use one of these free chat tools. I think I lost the page already. Here was the free one. I don't know this company, but I just Googled it. Talk.to. Message your customers in real time. So it's a free chat app. Maybe they have an ad on your website when you're using it. I don't know. But you could start with
all the tools follow the same procedure where it's just like a line of code you insert. No matter what tool you use, it's the same basic principle.
Yeah, 99% it'll be the same principle where you sign up, they connect for a way for you to chat with people, whether it's through your Gmail or a desktop application or an iPhone app or a phone app. And then you want to put the code, generally 99% of the time, in the additional head elements here. You put their script code here that they give you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thanks for all your help. Happy holidays.
All right. Thank you, Martin. Happy holidays. So yeah, good. If you guys are starting to get a lot of traffic to your site, having a chat program there is helpful to convert website visitors into members or general users to your site, and also to provide them with a helping hand on how to use your site as well. So thank you for that question. All right, let's take just a couple more questions here. It's the last webinar of the year. We've got Abdel with us. Abdel, how you doing?
Hello, hi Jason. How are you today?
Pretty good. Where are you calling from, Abdel?
I'm calling from Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas.
Great. And how can we help you today?
Well, I have a couple of questions. Thank you for taking my call. The first question that I have, we're working on our SEO, so we've made a lot of the changes that you just mentioned today, so which is awesome. But we're still having trouble with accessing some of the SEO templates for some of the pages, like the coupons, jobs, and products.
Let's take a look
videos
at that.
And reviews. Okay.
What's the name of your site?
It's luckypetdeals.com.
Great name, Lucky Pet Deals. I actually got my dog Winston sitting here next to me.
Oh, thanks. What kind of dog do y'all have?
Oh God, it just slipped my mind since you asked. Not a Scotty. What's the white one called? A Westie.
Westie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Westie. Here, show everyone a picture. This kind of dog. He's a little dog, but he's got a lot of attitude. All right. Let's go back to your site here. So Lucky Pet Deals, and let's look at the coupons, for example.
And I don't think you're actually sharing the screen, right?
Well, then we missed the dog. Let me just show the dog one more time. It's really. Oh, I lost the page. Never mind. He's the white Scottish dog. All right, so here's the coupons page on your site. And what's an example of where you're trying to access or change the SEO but not able to?
Right, so let me take a look here. So for example, on some of the title tags, on some of the pages, we were able to go in and actually change them by changing the meta descriptions and all. But on some of the pages, I guess maybe there's like no SEO templates somehow.
Okay. So what's an example of one of those pages? How can I get to there?
So let me see. The coupons one, I can't figure out how to access that.
Okay. Let's look at this page. Okay. So here it says pet coupons, find pet professional coupons. So that one, it says SEO template number 300. Let's take a look at that. So this is the template. It's probably the same template for all your different publishing pages that you publish. Let's look at events as an example as well, okay? Let's see if it's number 300 as well, SEO template 300. So if we pop this open, it's going to be SEO template 300 as well. So these are powered by the same SEO template. So what it is right now, it's variable based, meaning the data name is events or coupons. The industry is, this is another good example where the general settings, the industry is pet. So when we look here, we see pet coupons. So what we're seeing is, sorry, I'm going quick here. Let me go a little slower. The industry is pet. The data name is going to be coupons. And then it's going to say find profession. That's another variable, which you've put as pet professional. Find pet professional, and then the data name, the type of content is coupon. Now, you want to do something specifically for coupons, correct?
Right. So do we kind of have to standardize it where it would fit everything,
So you can standardize it, which it is right now. So basically all your different content types, coupons, jobs, they're going to follow that same format. But this is a great topic that you brought up. You can make unique pages out of these. So you can make the coupons very specific to coupons. Let me show you how to do that. So you see here it says create static page.
Yes.
Okay. This says create static page because right now this is a what we call dynamic page that's powered by SEO template number 30. When we turn it into a static page, it becomes its own standalone page, meaning it breaks away from the template that's powering all the other pages. And then it's a totally unique page, and you can add whatever custom SEO elements that you want, and it will only affect that page. So can we turn the coupons into its own standalone static page?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
It wouldn't hurt.
So let's do create static page. And you'll see we have a blank template here. Now, the pages, we want to take the URL, which is /coupons. So it knows that we're modifying the coupons page. And what's important here is the page type. So the page type, and we should actually make these a little bit more user-friendly. This one is user-friendly under the template here. Data category is the one. So you want to make sure it matches the page type of the template. So this is the template number 300. We want a page type to be data category. So let's put data category here. Internal nickname, we'll say pet coupons. That's just for you internally. And what we can do is for now, we can just copy the stuff from the template, and let me close this page. We'll put this into our new page. So the meta title, and I'll take the keywords, and we'll take the meta description. I'll just leave it there for now, and I'll even copy it's variable based is H1. So let's save that, and I'm going to show you how you can customize this and make it super powerful just for pet coupons. So we're basically made a standalone page for coupons. I'm actually going to put pet coupons here, and I'm going to save the changes. Oh, it says URL already exists. Let me think why that's happening. Give me a moment. It's because we hit a roadblock, so much anticipation, and then you get a warning message like that. It's preventing you from creating a static page that conflicts with this URL as well. Let me think of a workaround for that. It lets you do it for member pages. It's stopping me from doing it for types of data posts. This is not a bug. It was done deliberately to not make a duplicate page that says coupons, but this is how it works when you want to create a static page for when it's member search results. Talk about a letdown. I'm going to make a note from this because I want this to work like the way it works for member profile pages, where it will override an existing URL. So right now it's protecting you from creating conflicting URLs. But again, it lets you do it for member pages. Allow custom. So for now, I'm going to recommend what you said is create the variation you want in the, for example, template 300. But I'm going to make this a feature recommendation to allow custom URLs for post search result pages. That way you'll be able. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so I'm just going to mention that I couldn't. Thank you for showing me that template 300. I couldn't find that in the SEO templates at all for some, for the life of me. So you access that through the design view.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you toggle this open, and then it tells you which SEO template to edit. And if you click it here, it'll take you directly there.
Okay, great.
To turn content search result pages into static pages. Okay. And also, again, this is why I love the webinar Wednesdays. We're going to find a way to unlock this so you can turn your data search results into custom static pages.
Awesome.
Okay. I love your site, and I love the concept of it. Are you going to fill all these categories: events, jobs, sales, coupons?
Yes, we're in the process of doing that. Just working on some SEO right now, heavy SEO work on the site. Okay. And then in connection with that, I do have one more question. I don't know if you can help us do the alt image tags on the homepage. I can't find how to access or modify those.
So like these ones here?
Maybe not those, but the other ones that are a little bit further down, kind of like the categories themselves.
Gotcha. Let's check it out. I love your homepage. So let's look at these categories. View image. Oops, wrong. View image info. Yeah, it looks like these need alt tags. Normally we put some default alt tags. Let's put a note there also. Thank you for that. So we'll add some default ones. But if you wanted to get into here and maybe you don't like the default ones that we've selected for you, you want to get more specific, what you can do is, again, you can use show widgets here. And it'll break down the page into all the different HTML modules. This one you are going to want to get into the code. And this one is going to be, let's see here. Looks like there's some overlapping ones. That was the categories, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Category images.
Again, Murphy's Law. It's the one that they're not showing here. Here's your recent members, blog article slider. Let's see here. Let's search categories. Let me see if I can find which widget that is, and I'll tell you how to do that. Now, so the widget is Bootstrap theme top display top categories. And it looks like the alt tag is empty. So you can say enter SEO friendly content here. Let's in fact put the name of the category, which is this profession name, as the alt text. Okay. And let me just save that for you.
Okay.
So this is another way to get it. That should have some kind of default SEO content as the alt text in there. So I made a note. Let me make a note of the widget name also. I'll put it here. And so now we've customized that widget. Let me refresh your cache on your site. Helps us see the changes a little bit quicker. And we'll see now if there's alt text there. Because before, we just had the dimensions of the image. This is the image information, height, size, dimensions. We should see alt text now if we go back there. So let's go back to your home page. And we'll come down to your categories and we'll right click, view image info. And now we see associated text veterinarians.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. That is awesome.
You're very welcome. So yeah, and you can go in there and add some more alt SEO friendly alt text in there too. That's a way to do it for all your images. If you're not satisfied with the default alt text, you can go in there and modify it yourself.
No, I think that works perfectly. Genius.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your questions and also for helping us identify a couple of things that we can improve here.
It's a pleasure, Jason. Thank you all. Thank you, Gabe, as well.
All right. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. It looks like we're pushing almost 2 hours here. If we didn't get to your questions, January 10th will be the next webinar Wednesday. So we're just going to take a little bit of time off for the holidays. I want to say thank you to Gabe and Pat for being so helpful with the webinar Wednesdays. So thank you, Gabe.
No problem. Always happy to be here, and looking forward to 2018 webinars.
Absolutely. Don't forget the tips we said about the SEO tips. There was 5, the SEO checklist, 5 essential strategies. We will be posting a replay probably in about a week or so of this webinar on our website. So if you didn't catch or you missed something, you can go ahead and catch the replay there. And a really, really big, warm thank you from the entire Brilliant Directories family. You guys are awesome, and these webinars wouldn't happen without your participation. So we're all grateful and very thankful and really enjoy spending this time with you guys. So close out 2017 strong. Get ready for 2018. We're going to be there with you guys and do the best we can to help you. So happy New Year and happy holidays.